Alright, going into Game 5 of the clan war between Team EVO versus Clan cLS. We do have EVO Demo out now as our Terran player spawning in the bottom left on Steps of War versus Adge, our previous winner, in the top right as our red Terran. And we saw Adge take the last game in a very well played matchup against EVO Mind. So let's see how this TVT on Steps plays out. Going to be an interesting matchup, especially on Steps of War. And to all you guys watching this video, if you ever want to check out my live stream, seems like we got a bunch of lively viewers on there right now, chatting it up. That is justin.tv/davidhill76. And let's go ahead and open up that production tab. I believe this is a best of 7, and we are tied 2-2. So we've seen some pretty interesting matchups. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Looks like some of the spectators between the clans making some of the bets right now. Let me pull up that live stream for any, awesome advice. And I did, in fact, love that last matchup. I love the early Banshee play by both players, realizing that they were close positions. Transitioning into the Siege Tank Viking play, it was very nicely done. We did see Adge pull ahead with the win because he did establish map control quite a bit earlier, a little bit better with the resource allocating and the transition into the build. I loved how the sensor tower was placed in Mind's base to see any of that funny business such as drops going on. It was a very interesting matchup. I hope my viewers enjoyed it. I hope you guys are enjoying it on the archive. And I hope you guys enjoy this matchup, this TVT on Steps of War. I don't think I've actually ever seen a TVT on Steps, so we'll see. I've played a TVP on Steps before. Let me just point out something to you. If you are a Terran on Steps, you should place your siege tank here as well as here. It's very good siege tank placement because once it's placed here, you got your little circle of vision right here, and so somewhere you can place it, it comes down and covers about right here, and this one goes perfectly with this, so anything that crosses that grass just gets annihilated by the siege tanks. And meanwhile, as well as when they're running up the ramps, I guess it's here and here, so they can't just run up and attack one, because I mean you might have to sacrifice the siege tank if they get too close, but by the time they cross here, I mean it's just game over for any little small force. So I got a patrolling SCV. What are we gonna see? Are we going to see a proxy starport from Adge? That would be my guess. And we are seeing a Banshee Rush called in the spectator chat there. Very interesting. I'm interested to see how this pans out. Meanwhile, Demo does have quite a bit of Marines, so let's see if we see the mirror matchup. Demo did get to view that last game live in the spectator cam. Let's see how he responds, because he does know what Adge is capable of. So gearing up to be a very interesting match here. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I hope my viewers are enjoying it. And if you guys would please click the follow button, it would mean a lot to me. Sai, just now logging on. And let's see. Yes, I called it. Proxy starport indeed. So let's see. Yes, he doesn't see it. Both players gonna opt for the early Banshee play. Very interesting matchup so far. Love this TVT kind of early Banshee harass. But let's see how this proxy starport does for Adge. Very nicely placed. Maybe we'll see a battle cruiser rush. I highly doubt it. But yep, there is the Banshee coming out. Love to see a player battle cruiser rush right here. The other player would be like, WTF, man. Got some siege tanks out as well. Let's see if we got the E-Bay up. Don't have any engineering bay up as well. As a Terran player, I generally like to go with the 1 racks. Well, I don't know. Both players are obviously better than me. I mean, I am nowhere near as high class as these players. Could not play this well, but I would definitely have an engineering bay up by now. Just because I like to get those early upgrades for early game timing pushes. So Cloak halfway done. Meanwhile, that first Banshee going to pop out. Are we going to see Adge harass with it, or is he going to wait? Yep, going to go ahead and send it in. Meanwhile, Demo doesn't have cloak, getting a little bit supply blocked. It is 2-2, so let's see how Adge handles this. Will Demo pull it off, or will this proxy starport be a good call for Adge and get the win? So yes, Demo getting quite supply blocked. And we do see a Hellion out on the field for Adge now, as well as a Banshee for Demo, but no cloak. So it looks like Demo is going to march up into the quite sparse base of Adge. Let's see how Adge handles it. Going to try to send this Banshee out after it. So these siege tanks are out. They don't have siege mode quite yet. And we don't see it being researched either. We do see the eBay coming out right now for Demo. Raven as well, very nice call. So without anything in the base, let's see how Demo responds to this cloaked Banshee. It is going to do quite a bit of damage. We just see that Viking out. But let's check out this push going on in the base of Adge. This could be GG for Adge because he doesn't have anything except for that Banshee and a little bit of Marines. And these siege tanks can rip the defenses to shreds here. So trying to get another bunker up. SCVs coming right now. They can absolutely disassemble the siege tanks so fast. Looks like Demo only has that Banshee left now. And it is going to go down. Got too close to that bunker. Meanwhile, Adge with another Banshee sitting over here, ripping Demo's base to shreds. But it does go down because that Raven got out. So let's see if Demo does get this starport down. And this Banshee is going to move in for some more harass. Yes, I agree. That was a very good decision to go in. Very smart. You got to remember that if they do some crazy rush like that, they may not have a lot of defenses in their main. And yes, with that Raven out, it is going to be hard for that Banshee to keep up the harassment. We'd like to see some missile turrets get up in that mineral line. And that Raven, that Viking going to take out that Banshee unless that Raven gets out of range. Ravens are quite a slow unit. Meanwhile, getting some more siege tanks out. Still no siege mode for Demo. Don't know what's going on there. Adge doing a good job of harassing those gas harvesting SCVs. Making it hard. There is the siege mode on the way. Very nice. Love to see that. And with these close rush distances, it is going to be who can get siege up and map control first. So who is going to expand first? We do see Demo with the command center on the way, gearing up for that expansion. But will he take it with this sizable little siege tank marine army from Adge? And that marine going to see it, going to poke out, probably to do a little bit of scouting, but going to be surprised with that little force. And so with siege almost up, so going to do a little bit of poking to see where the army is located. Backup siege tank there. Still producing out of the starport. And good, we do see that missile turret. Uh-oh, not a good call. Pulling your whole army back to defend against one Banshee. If Adge knew that, he would definitely march up to the bottom here, and it might be GG for Demo. So with this Banshee out and this Raven, I'd love to see Demo push on this force here. Adge's going to go ahead and pull back. Sending his cloaked Banshee, not uncloaking, going to waste that energy. Let's see what happens to it. Going to march right into where this Raven is, going to get taken out. Maybe, the Raven not there. Yep, going to go down with that Raven in range now. So let's see, Demo going to go ahead and opt for the orbital command before he moves it. And I don't believe we see a command center yet from Adge. Oh, there it goes, starting to come down just as I said so. So let's see, Adge is going to go ahead and pull back so he can defend and gear up to take that expo. Meanwhile, Demo doing the same, so we are going to see maybe the TVT general type of Viking map control siege tank play. So very interesting matchup at the start with the proxy starport. Oh, it looks like Adge is a little bit supply blocked. I would like to see Demo go ahead and take out this starport. Let us see. I don't believe Demo even knows about it yet. Yes, he does. He sees it on his mini-map, but opting not to do anything about it. So both players going to get their expos up and running. Yes, I would like to see some Raven harass as well as some Banshee. Send both of them in would be quite nice. But yes, that is right. Demo does not have any cloak. There comes the cloak out. So both players are going to macro up. Let's look at the units lost tab with all that early excitement. Quite even. Looks like Demo's a little bit behind. A little bit more units lost, mostly in the SCV count, I'm sure. And let's see. Yes, Raven out on the field now, anticipating those cloaked Banshees. And he is going to go ahead and take out that proxy starport. Edge not going to be able to do a thing about it either. And let's see, will he get that Viking out on time? That Viking nicely brought over to take out the Viking when it does pop out. So yeah, that Viking not going to be too much of a use later. So right now, both players just going to macro up, get some Expos up and running, and let's see who decides to push first or who decides to take another Expo and go for the macro game. Looks like we're going to see Adge go ahead and gear up to take this Expo as well, but Demo with the smartly parked Viking right there to look and find out. Oh, Adge opting to float his starport, but this Viking going to snipe it. And yeah, let's look at the army tab real quick. Pretty close food count there. I'm loving it. Loving it from both players. Pretty interesting start of the matchup. This Marine out here to do some scouting, going to go ahead and be sacrificial. Unfortunately, poor Marine. So looks like Adge is going to go for a little bit of the early map control. Demo needs to move out, needs to be a little bit more aggressive, needs to do a little bit of the drop play. Sure, there are missile turrets up, but spots like right here are good to drop as well as over here. Missile turret going up in the natural as well. Demo, good call with the missile turrets as well. Let's see if Demo doesn't gear up and start moving for some map control, then it might be GG Demo. Because in TVT it is all about map control. And who can establish it? Uh-oh. We see a Cloak Banshee moving in here. Will those missile turrets go up in time? Looks like one did its job. Gonna take out that SCV. Viking on the way. So that missile turret is going to see that. Allow that Viking some shots there. Gonna nice micro by Demo, by the way. Moving it a little bit out of the way. Gonna snipe some SCVs. Adge forced to move his Raven back in. The Cloak going down. Viking gonna take it down as well. Demo opting not to pull the Banshee out. And yes, Adge is going to gear up and take this Expo. Start taking it anyway. So right now, a little bit of a stalemate, but I'm saying it's in favor of Adge right now. Meanwhile, another Cloak Banshee for the return harass. Also a little bit of scouting to see if that Expo's up and running as well. Adge is going to see that and say, hey, look, I got my other Expo up. I got a little bit of map control. And yes, it does look like Demo is going to gear up to take that third base as well. That gold base so incredibly hard to defend against. So out of the way. That Viking goes down hella fast. Nice Viking army from Demo. So Demo is going to establish the air control. Meanwhile, we got a point defense drone up as well. Gonna go down. Gonna move his Marines in. Try to maybe pick off a few Vikings to no avail. Yeah, Demo is taking the smart route and approaching it very calmly. But we do need to see a little bit of map control from Demo. Otherwise, Adge is going to keep that Expo. It's going to get up and running quite nicely. So we'll see what happens here with this. Demo going to siege up, going to use his Vikings. They're not in range. So Demo playing it quite well with the little iris flowery thing there from the Vikings. Raven thrown in the middle also. So we might see a little bit of an engagement here. Oh yes, very nice cloak. Gonna see if it can take out a siege tank. Doesn't look like it's gonna do too well though. It's gonna get taken out by the Raven. And those Vikings moving forward, taking out quite a sufficient amount of Vikings. That Raven might go down. That would be bad for Adge, especially if Demo opts to get a little bit more Banshees. Let's go ahead and open that production tab up. Cloak almost done, as well as some more Banshees on the way. Planetary Fortress being morphed in up here to protect against any drops. So yeah, we see Nuke being trained over in Demo's base. Did not see that Ghost Academy come down. So let's see how that works for Demo against Adge. Meanwhile, those Banshees ripping those siege tanks apart. Nice call, nice micro there by Demo, pulling that Banshee back just in time. So yes, both players running off of 3 bases. Nice SCV transfer from Demo. He is completely mined out of his main, a little oversaturated in his natural. So we're going to see a macro game here. It's going to be up to who can take the gold. There's the nuke. Those siege tanks, are they going to notice? Oh no. Oh yes, the canceled nuke. Trying to scare the army of Adge into backing up. Let's see if he does it again, and will Adge move? Oh, I guess the ghost got taken down. So yes, this one siege tank gonna pick away at that siege tank. And now that siege tank gonna go down. Some of you might say kind of boring. I say very strategic, very risk-like. Loving it. So yeah, we do see Adge with that sensor tower down right here. Unfortunately, it doesn't give you vision. It just lets you know where the units are. So probably a good call. Oh, that Banshee gonna take out that one siege tank. Very nice. Oh, if he moved his Vikings forward just a little bit, point defense drone. Gonna do a little bit of shooting. So we're gonna see a little bit of a Viking battle here. Very nice. Is that Raven gonna get sniped? Don't get too far in the range of those missile turrets. Gonna snipe another siege tank. Very nice play by Demo. Adge might have lost the game when he wasn't aggressive enough. He did have map control. He does have quite a nice spread though on Demo. And there's the nuke. Is Adge going to move his units? So there's the ghost. Uh-oh. There's the scan. Is that ghost? That ghost does go down before the nuke goes off. So Adge playing it smart. Did anticipate the nuke. Got some missile turrets up as well. Uh-oh. Those Marines going to move in and rip those Vikings to shreds. Demo not pulling back in time. Demo producing quite a lot of stuff right now. Look at the macro by Demo. Meanwhile, both players running off of 2 bases very nicely. Both players mined out of their mains. It's going to be a stalemate until another wins and outplays the other. And all the sensor tower is going to go down, taking away the sight advantage of Adge. Not going to know where exactly the units are. Oh, and it looks like Adge is going to take a sneak expansion over here. Going to try to sneak that expansion in. Demo may not have remembered to keep scouting. Let's see how long that expansion goes up. Oh, Adge is going to go ahead and take the gold from Demo as well. Very interesting play by Adge. Going to go ahead and take the risk. Let's see how Demo responds. If Demo doesn't respond to that in a timely manner, it might be GG, because Adge will definitely have the income advantage with that. Yes, both players do not have any upgrades, but it looks like Adge opting to get upgrades now as we speak. Uh-oh. Demo, almost with like a third eye, going to go ahead and go for the drop play. But does he bother to scout his gold? No, he doesn't, so that Expo will get up. But he will see this Expo trying to get up and running. Let's see where this medevac is headed to. No! Around into the main. He is going to see that on his mini-map, though, and hopefully reroute it. Yes, he is going to do a drop right here. Very nice call by Demo. This undefended Expo will go down, especially with the destructible rocks right there. Very nice call by Demo, and that is going to go down. So going to float away that command center. Oh, meanwhile, these Vikings are going to move in. Probably going to get torn up by those Marines. Yeah, going to go ahead and put some missile turrets in this gold. Demo going to go ahead and opt for the gold over here. Very nice play. Throw down all the mules with the saved up energy. So nicely rallied SCVs. A little bit of a stalemate in the middle. A lot of scans going down. Let's see what he opts to morph this into. A planetary fortress. Very nice. Did not flip the one over from his main. He could lift this off and float it over here, but it looks like he's going to opt to build one instead. Or already had one built. Meanwhile, Ghost Academy is coming down. Several nukes on the way. Demo's army is a lot smaller, but it looks like he's playing a little bit smarter. Sensor towers are up everywhere. And so now it's going to be up to who can get the most upgrades, who can outplay the other one. And that is all it's going to come down to, folks. Meanwhile, this expansion does go up, morphing into a planetary fortress to defend against drops. I do like that call by Demo. Meanwhile, since that Expo did get scouted by Demo, Adge has had to pull back his command center. Don't know if he knows that it is now safe to expand up there. Adge's army probably a little bit spread out. Let's take a look at that army tab. Both players pretty much with a maxed army. Units lost tab. A little bit of in favor of Demo now. A little bit of lag there. Uh-oh. Let's go back into that production tab. Look at all those upgrades coming out. Looks like Adge is just a little bit better. A little bit ahead. Uh-oh, we're going to see a drop up here in Demo's base. Demo doing the smart thing, pulling his SCVs. And that planetary fortress is going to do hopefully a good job of defending against that. Demo going to go ahead and pull his Marines, stem up, and take out this drop in a nice fashion. Save his SCVs. And the medevac goes down as well. And so these two Vikings right here could easily go down. And just a stalemate in the middle. Banshee doing a little bit of harass. Uh-oh, those stem Marines going to run into that siege tank line and get demolished. So who can out macro who? And yes, Demo using the good call of taking out those Vikings. Meanwhile, both players still sufficiently spamming APM. Back to the production tab. Both players just trying to macro up and get those upgrades out for that cutting edge advantage. Weapons level 2 coming out. Plating level 2. Let's see. And there's the nuke. Will it get spotted by Adge? Oh, and there goes the Ghost. So both players with 1-1 upgrades, a lot of infantry upgrades on the way as well. More Ghosts being produced by Demo, trying to get that nuke off. Just trying the best he can. So Adge is going to put some resources into defending this base now. And I heard the nuke launch gear up. Oh, with the scan. And so with no missile turrets, well, there's one there and one there. I don't know the range on that, but he could. I did hear the nuke launch. Where is it, though? So look at that production tab. Look at all the upgrades coming out for both players. So yes, we do have a stalemate in the middle of the map right now. So I know this may not be quite action intensive, but if you guys want to see the other games from this clan war, please go check out my site at davidhill76.blip.tv. I have those videos and I will render them and get them up very soon. Meanwhile, this new going in over here, let's see if he scans it. Ah, he does. Oh yes, there is that new stalemate detector. Meanwhile, landed Viking over here did do some pretty good damage for Demo's Expo. Ooh, some Cloak Banshee's going to come in. Are they going to do some damage? That scan, those Marines can take them down quite easily. Going to run into the sieged up line. So Demo doing a good job of baiting the Marines. Meanwhile, these Vikings over here. Pretty interesting matchup, I must say. I know it's a little stalemated right now, but I'm loving it. I'm loving how well both of these players are defending each other. Each other's pushes. A lot of Vikings out on the field. And so this Viking's going to rip those other Vikings to shreds. Demo probably almost maxed for upgrades. Let's see who loses their patience first and marches in. If this Viking doesn't go down, Demo is not going to have the economic advantage of this Expo. Doesn't really matter though, Demo with a lot of mineral stockpile, meanwhile Adge with only 5k and 1k gas. So let's see. Right now the smart thing would be to pull your SCVs and put them with your siege tanks for when that push does come, because Adge might be the one to unsiege and push, and that would not be good for Demo, especially with all these SCVs in Adge's army, probably stuck on auto repair. Demo doing a good job of trying to bait into that siege tank line right there. Pud choker, a little bit of lag, probably alt tabbed out to wait for the game to be over. So let's see. But by the way, guys, if you are bored, jump over to davidhill76.blip.tv on my live stream and you will see some other matches from Team EVO. And ooh, all these SCVs out on auto repair. Are we going to see Adge unsiege and push up? Adge going to sacrifice some SCVs to make room for more of an army. Meanwhile, Demo with the battle cruiser on the way. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys see that. That battle cruiser can take a lot of damage. But does he have the air upgrades out? He doesn't have any air upgrades. So we are approaching 40-minute game time for this matchup. And looks like Adge is going to be getting the air upgrades before Demo. So let's see, once that battle cruiser gets out on the field, let's see how that goes for Adge. Going ahead and just dumping their minerals into anything they can. And that battle cruiser is out on the field now.
Go.
But Vikings very good at handling battle cruisers. Here comes the battle cruiser. Those Vikings might be able to... Yes, those Vikings rip it to shreds in no time at all. Oh, we might see Adge with the win here. And yes, we might see the GG from Demo. Needs to pull his SCVs for some repairs. Uh-oh, not looking good for Demo. Let's see how long Demo drags it out, or if he's going to go ahead and GG. Another battlecruiser on the way. Uh-oh, this could be bad for Adge if he doesn't get anything to reinforce. And so Marine's going to stem up and try to do some damage here. Thor's on the way as well. Thor's do quite a good amount of damage to battle cruisers. Oh, and there's the nuke. Oh, and it does get taken out by the scan and the siege tanks. So let's see. If Adge was smart, he would gear up and take these expos, knock them out, taking away any economic advantage Demo had. Oh, and with the cloaked Banshees, very nice play by Demo again. Another ghost on the way, still trying to get that nuke off. Meanwhile, gold mined out over here as well as Demo's gold. So about the only expo up left running is Adge's natural with just a few very, very empty mineral patches. The gold almost mined out, but Demo with very, very oversaturated expo here, mining full force, and Adge throwing down mules wherever he can. So many mules saved up. Look at all those orbital commands he built for scans and mules. Very nice by Adge. I was going to suggest that at one point. And so Demo looking pretty low. Let's look at the army tab. It is 94 to 130. So basically Adge just needs to A-move and win this. Oh, meanwhile, Demo taking out the... Uh-oh, this might not be good for... Yep, no, okay. Adge does perfectly fine. Demo does have the economic... One of the... Well, let's look at the income tab real quick and see. Yes, Demo quite low because he is currently running off of one base. Meanwhile, Adge running off of a few, and with these 175, 225, and 330 up here. So just a little bit extra minerals if he ever needed them, saving it for a rainy day perhaps. Demo with the battle cruisers out. Demo seriously needs to pull some SCVs, pull these SCVs and send them, put them on auto repair to make this army last longer. Marines are very good at taking out battle cruisers as well as Thors. I believe that Thor did go down though. Yamato cannon out, gonna go ahead and Yamato that siege tank. And so whoever takes this game is going to be the winner of the clan war. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to continue for 2 more games. But we might, so you guys stick around and find out. I will let you know. And if that is the case, if it is over, I will be leaving to go feed my girlfriend. Sometimes she does come in here and co-cast with me. So you guys definitely come back for that. She is a week old into the StarCraft scene. Uh-oh, Demo with the huge Marine army. How is Adge going to respond? Who gets fatigued first? Let's go ahead and look at that production tab. More Thors on the way for Adge to handle those battle cruisers. These Marines gonna... Oh wow, we're gonna see Marine battle. Except these Marines reinforced by a shit ton of medevacs. So that Marine army for Demo is gonna go down. Meanwhile, sending in some Cloak Banshees to take out some of these siege tanks. Very nicely done. Will we see the scan though? That Thor can take out those Banshees quite nicely. No scan. There's the scan. Thors with their huge range. Root Druby just logged on. Very cool. Yes, it is back to a stalemate. Demo doing everything he can to win this matchup for Team EVO. Now these Banshees going to come in and do a little bit more harass, but they're going to get taken out very quickly with that scan and that nice army by Adge backing it up. And so nothing going on here. Both players going off of one base, so it's going to be who runs out of resources first. And it does look like Demo does have quite a trust fund built up. If Adge does see that he has a few mineral patches left. Uh-oh, Demo gonna march up with this army. This could be GG for Adge. Let's see how Adge deals with it. Does have more medevacs to reinforce those Marines. Cloaked Banshees, but are gonna get taken out. So very nice play by Adge and Demo both. Several SCVs and Marines coming in. A lot of lag because of this huge armies being thrown at each other. SCV's gonna march up in here. A little ahead of their Marine counterparts. So we don't see any medevacs to back up. SCV is going to decommission that orbital command very quickly. Gonna siege up here. Demo might be able to take the win here because he is still running off this mineral patch. Meanwhile, Adge is mined out, so Demo might be able to reinforce and take this win. So let's see how this plays out. Oh my gosh. Long game, but amazing in SCVs, man. Hero SCVs. With the scans and the siege tanks forcing Adge back into his base. But production facilities are everywhere. This Marine army going to sneak up into this expo. Medevac having to do a little bit of unload play. Banshee here going to take out the siege tank. Adge might have to GG. Demo might take the win here. Very nicely done by Demo. Such a long match, but such a fruitful ending. Loving it. For an hour-long in-game time, probably about 30 to 45 minutes real lifetime. Still, there's the GG from Adge. Demo is our winner. Very nicely played.